What is good? Today I am bringing y'all something that I haven't really done before. I've got a guide for this roleplay server that I have been playing for a little bit. It's actually been a pretty long time since I've uploaded anything to do with roleplay or uploaded anything roleplay related. You could scroll down my YouTube channel and you will see back when I used to play Arma 3 roleplay. It's crazy. But I've also been playing GTA roleplay for a pretty long time. I just randomly got the itch for it again and found a really good server. But there are a lot of things to this server that can be pretty confusing. And I just thought I would help some of these new players learn their way around the server without giving out, too much information. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not trying to give out meta. So I'm going to be covering some really basic shit just to help you out a little bit, since I've also only been here about a week. I'm still pretty new, but I have learned a lot so far. So let's get started. Alright, to start off, the number one most important thing I'm gonna tell you to do, make sure you get on the forums, go to the server rules, and I want you to make sure you take your time to read all this very carefully and just make sure you get familiar with the rules. Now, I know to even get into the server, you have to pass a quiz on rules and stuff like that. But I know there's a lot of people out there that have been playing roleplay servers and can use common sense to answer the questions. But let me tell you, there's a lot of different type of rules for this server, and a lot of things are different, especially in terms of like robbing people and all that. Like, you can't just go up and rob somebody for no reason. So I'm telling you, you got to read the rules because they handle reports and everything like that very well. So hopefully whenever you play, you're always using shadow play or some type of recording system just to cover your ass, and so that you can report other people, which I've had to do already. Another page and another set of rules that you guys should really get familiar with is the government website. Now, the government website is actually different than just the regular forum. This site is actually where you go to apply to get your weapons license. It's where you can see the actual laws in the city. It's where you can apply to be a cop. Any type of government service, you get it done here. But the main reason that I wanted to bring you guys here right now is if you look in public releases and then go to just kind of look through all these press releases, like right here, traffic laws and you. If you read through here, you're going to learn a lot about all the things that you can get ticketed for, arrested for, traffic wise, and they have a bunch of different other ones. So I highly recommend you check that out. I'm going to be linking all this in the description, the two sites that you're really going to want to be using, and make sure you get registered on. And yeah, that's all I really have for the websites, except for one more thing I do want to bring up is their Discord. Say you have some other random questions that you want to ask, anything really, you just go right here to the I have a question in the Discord, and you can pretty much ask for help with whatever you need, as long as it's out of character questions. You cannot ask in character shit in this chat. Nobody will answer you and you might get in trouble. If I were to recommend one rule that you really should make sure you know everything on, is the NCZ, which are no crime zones. Definitely make sure you read that. A big question that I see and get asked a lot is how to use the phone. Now, there's actually not a specific key that you just press and the phone pops out. What you got to do is press F2. That's going to bring your mouse out, and then you just click at the top of the phone. Okay, it's going to give you access to your contacts, messages, dialer. When you meet people in game, you could ask them for their name and number. It's very easy. Just hit contacts plus boom boom and add. And if you look right here, this is where your phone number is. They actually made it really easy so that when your phone's closed, you can still see your number. That makes it very easy for you to give other people your number, which is pretty nice. But what I actually should have started with is if you press F5, boom, you got a whole ass menu right here to check all the commands, right? General commands, you got a whole list right here. Boom, animations, vehicles, housing, phone, criminal stuff. You got pretty much everything in that menu, so definitely check that out and get familiar with it. One of the biggest things I see people asking about is, you know, what should I do to get started? Like, I get into the city, what do I do? And my answer to that would be you want to get a job and a car. Those are going to be the first two things you do. I don't really want to say too much about it because I don't want to spoil the whole thing or give any real meta. So what I will tell you, which anybody else would tell you if you ask them in the city, these yellow icons are where you go to start your jobs, and the money symbols is where you're gonna go to the sell points and drop off points where you're gonna actually make the money that you're doing at the job. All the jobs are actually different and it won't tell you the names, so what I'm gonna let you do is go ahead and find out which jobs are which. And in the future, actually, if I can somehow get permission to do guides on each of the jobs and actually showing you where to go, how to do them, the quickest way, best way to do them all, I will definitely do that in the future. Alright, so when it comes to buying cars, right, one of the best places you could go is this motorsport dealership, and I believe that's PDM. There's a really good list of cars there. If I could recommend a good starter car, I would say a Warner is perfect. Aside from that, you have these red icons, and those are actually markets where people try to sell their cars at, and you could usually find them either cheaper or overpriced there, but you could also check and see what people have done to them, so you kind of know what you're paying for. But until then, if you need to get around and you don't have anything, you can hit up one of these orange cars, and what that is you can rent a little scooter, and that'll basically get you around for a little bit. Alright, gas. So if you look down in the bottom right corner, here is all your car stuff. This right here is going to be the health of your car. So once it starts getting low, you need to see a mechanic. And this right here is your fuel. You got to make sure you pay attention to this, or you're going to run out of fuel and you're going to be fucked. To get fuel and fill up your gas tank, you're going to go to any of these places right here that's got the fuel tank. Not every store works like in some of the other servers. Not every place that physically has gas pumps aren't working gas stations. All the stores, gas stations and everything, they're actually player owned, so they have to actually order gas and order supplies. So sometimes you'll even go to some of these places and they won't even have gas. But anyways, make sure they got pumps with this icon. That'll be a working gas station. Now once you get here, you got to make sure you turn your car off with the down arrow. Keep your car unlocked. K is locking and unlocking. You might even know that. And then you just kind of want to stay close to your car or do / refuel. And pay attention at the... Oh. Well, see, this station's out of fuel, just like I was talking about earlier. While we're on the way to this fuel station, there's another thing I want to talk about that not a lot of people know, is when you hit red lights in this server, you actually stop and then you can just go. As long as you make a complete stop at the red lights, you'll actually be fine. I mean, of course, you could just run them if there's, you know, no cops around, but if there are cops around and you want to be a good boy, you stop at the red lights and then you go. We got gas here, so yeah, you shut it off, keep it unlocked, do / refuel, boom. And at the top right there, it tells you how to do the command to finish refueling in case you want to stop before it actually fills all the way up. It's actually a long ass thing. It's actually it's actually a pretty long thing you gotta type, man. It's finish refueling. And there's not actually any little shortcut you can do with this. Speaking of the shortcuts for typing commands, to do them, like say refuel, right? You would hit slash, start typing in refuel. See how when you get to a few letters, you can finish it? Well, what you could do is press the right arrow and it'll finish it up for you. Then you can just press enter and do the command. Also, another pretty nice tip for these commands is you can pretty much anything that you have been typing, commands, or if you're whispering to somebody and you want to re-whisper them, all you do is when you hit enter or when you hit T to bring up the chat, you can just press up on the arrow pad and it'll show you what you've been typing. So you could just do that. It's a really easy way to retype something really quick. But yeah, when you're done, you just get back in your car, turn it on, and you're good to go. Look at that gas, 100. But holy shit, while I'm here, you see that right down there, those two bars, orange and blue. You want to know these bars. So the blue bar is actually your hydration and the yellow one is your food. So there is eating and drinking in this game. If you don't do it enough, you're not paying attention, you will die. So make sure you go to any of these store icons and they're gonna have just what you need. God damn, how does that even happen? Someone's having a tough day, I bet. Anyways, we are pulling up to the store. As you can see, I'm losing health right now. We gotta run inside. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that if you buy this alcohol, you're going to end up getting drunk. So make sure you buy either water, soda, or whatever. And then for food, I'm pretty much they all do the same amount of heals. So, I mean, I don't think it really matters which one you buy. I honestly usually just go for the cheapest stuff. All right, then to eat it, you just go into your inventory, right-click it, and use. Now you got it in your hands, you press E to take sips like it says up in the chat, and you just want to keep drinking and drinking and you'll see that bar go up. Oh shit, it's the police. Yeah, that's right, I'm not doing nothing wrong, just drinking some water. All right, I actually finished my entire bottle of water, but if you don't finish it, what you could do is slash up here and then stop drinking. And what that would do, obviously, you would stop drinking. And you'd also go into your inventory when you're done and just right click and drop it because it is empty and you don't need it anymore. And then to eat, it's the same exact thing. All right, and you should actually notice here, now that those two bars are full, you will see my health slowly going all the way back up. Okay, well, actually, it won't go all the way back up. It'll stop at about right here. There is a way to fill up the rest of that health bar all the way, but I'm just going to suggest that you figure that out by asking some people around town. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about really quick is making sure you're good with your slash me's and slash do's. And what those are is basically when you're in a roleplay scenario, right? There's some actions and things that you can play out in roleplay that you can't actually physically do. Like, say you're getting picked up by EMS and you're laying down on the ground, you're injured, you're waiting for them to come. They get there and EMS is kneeling down on you. They're gonna be asking you, what does he feel? What is wrong? All you're gonna do to answer that, what you would do is slash me and then say has a broken leg, like say if you crashed or something. If you got shot, you do slash has bullet wounds, and then when you hit enter, it'll show in your chat what you said, but for them it's going to show above your head. And with mechanics, say that you're getting mechanic work done and you're about to go through with the purchase, they're going to ask you if you're going to sign the papers. What you would do is slash do signs paperwork, and then boom, It'll show above your head, and what that does is it just really adds to the roleplay, and that's a really big thing on this server. So you're gonna want to make sure you know how to do all that and you're good with it. Another thing I want to talk about is how mechanics work in this game. So say you're driving, you know, blah blah, ouch, crash, you get broken down. Now if you go into your phone, there's actually no number for you to call the mechanics and get assistance when you're out in the road. So what you would have to do is just /mechanic and then space, and then you type the message like, hey, I need a mechanic, I crashed. And then once you hit enter, you do not leave the area that you are in, or it will get canceled and they will not come. But if you're not broken down and you do want some other service like mods or upgrades, or your car is damaged and you really need some repairs, you're gonna go to the mechanic shop, and it's actually all real players. Okay, when I first went to the mechanics to try to figure out how it all worked, it was really confusing, to be honest. So I do think that I should be okay to explain to you guys how the mechanics are gonna work. All right, we're pulling up here. They got this nice little safety shit going on. Now this little bay is where you're gonna want to pull up if you want anything done. Now it'll tell you right there, you see it says to use /mod_view. Now when you type that in, it's gonna bring up this menu right here, and it's already gonna let you have your mouse out. If it doesn't, then you just press F2. Now as you cycle through all this, here's all the different things you can do, right? You just go through here, choose what you want, and then when you're done, you just want to step out of your car, wait for a mechanic to come out. You want to make sure that he looks like this. If he doesn't and he's trying to get into your car, he's probably gonna steal it. But anyway, you let the mechanic get into your car, and what he's gonna do, he's gonna ask you what you need. He's actually gonna be able to see that menu and everything that you picked. So once you're done having a conversation with him, you're gonna be doing your /me's and /dues through roleplay, and when it comes time to actually pay for it, you're gonna do /mech_accept, and that's how you actually end up paying for whatever you want to do to the car. The mechanic is gonna get in, he's gonna take your car into this garage, and when he comes out, all your stuff is gonna be done. But yeah, that's pretty much how the mechanics and upgrades and all that stuff in this server work. Another random tip that I do want to show you guys has to do with clothing. Now in this server, instead of having an actual closet and your player just has the clothes on, you go to a clothing store, it just changes. This one's a little bit different. Now whenever you get clothes and you buy them, they're gonna go along with your inventory. Okay, so basically to put on clothes, take them off, you can literally just drag them, put them in your inventory. Your dude's gonna take them off. You want to put them back on, there you go. So there are some ups and downs to this. It's kind of hard to just store all your different outfits, but the plus side to it is you can keep different clothes with you and on you and around you, so that if you ever need to switch clothes really fast, you could just do it wherever. Another thing I want to talk about is bags and crates. So bags and crates are kind of extensions of your inventory. It'll give you space. You go to the stores to buy these actually, and once you get them, it's going to go straight into your inventory. And for bags, he's going to be carrying them like this. To use your bag, you just go into your inventory, right click it and drop it, and then it'll give you these options here: O to pick up and P to carry. When you press O, he's going to put it back on his back, and it's going to be in your inventory right here. But when it's on the ground and you press I, that's how you get into your bag and how you put shit in it. And once it's full, sometimes you can't always fit it back in your inventory, and what you'll have to do is press P to actually carry it. And while you're carrying it, you can actually get back into your vehicle and still drive around with it in your hands, so that you can have your inventory full, your bag full, and take it to whatever selling point you're going to if you're doing a job, and then just sell it all there. Now the way that crates work is that they're actually bigger, so you can't really just put them in your inventory if you have other stuff on you. Now how to get crates and exactly how they work, I'm not gonna tell you everything about them. I'm just gonna say that they are very similar to how a bag works. I really would like to go more in depth, but I really don't want to give too much away with this guide, because there's just a lot of things that you really should learn on your own in character from other people. What the fuck are you doing?
What's up?
What are you doing, man? You crazy.
I am crazy. What I'm doing?
You're crazy.
I'm doing
Look
tricks.
at you.
I'm doing tricks. It's BAMX.
You gotta do a trick off my car?
No, man. I go
God.
around the car.
That was on my car. Alright, well, anyways, that's probably where I'm gonna end it. Like I've said before, I really don't want to give away a whole lot. Just trust me when I say there's a lot of shit that you really should just go and learn in character on your own. But if I could give you one more quick little tip, it's that most people, pretty much everybody, hang out at this bank right here. So just go to the main bank. You'll meet all kinds of crazy people there. Get into all kinds of crazy shit. I'm telling you, this server has so much to offer. Make as many friends as you can. Get as many connections as you can, because I'm telling you, that is how you're gonna learn pretty much everything about what goes on in the city. But you gotta figure it out on your own. Alright? Just do it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. If you guys do got any questions or suggestions, type of videos that you'd want to see me do on the server, just let me know. I do upload regularly on this channel, but not really GTA. I've never really done this before for GTA, so this is definitely something new for me. Well, making videos on GTA. I've been around roleplay for quite a while now. But anyway, I also stream on Twitch. Check out the link. Keep updated with my Twitter. Alright? That's how you know what's going on. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.